Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So now today we're going to be talking about US oil and the trade we got on US oil. So it has been long since I last made a video. However, I've been sick. I've been having too much flu, so I could not speak very well. I've been speaking in my nose, but I've recovered on time for the weekend classes. So the weekend, guys, I'm going to be there fully with you. Then also I've not been able to teach them private mentorship students because this week I've been sick. However, we're going to resume next week because I've gotten better. And then also don't forget that mentorship is still going on, and you can reach out on me on this number. I don't inbox anybody first, and I do not do account management. I do not do any investment. So whoever purporting to be me on Telegram, that is not me, and do not listen to them because they are complete scammers. So now let us go forward. This is US oil, and this is the 2-hour time frame. I told you must have a rules-based strategy. For a rules-based strategy is what gives you guidance on what you're supposed to be doing in the market. It is your road plan. It is your map to show you where you're supposed to be heading, when you're supposed to enter, when you're supposed to exit, when your trades are ready. So if you don't know how to analyze the market, this is going to be your video. If you do not know how to take your forex entries, this is going to be your video. And if you don't know how to get the direction of the market, sit down and watch step by step what I'm going to be analyzing here, such that you can learn something today. Okay, so let's go forward. Now, from our rules, first things first, what do we want to do? The rules say we must go to our highest time frame first. Now, when I'm trading during the week, I use the daily as my highest time frame. Why do I use the daily as my high time frame? Because it balances between not having to wait for so long and not having to enter the market too early. So I use the daily as my highest time frame. However, if it is end of the week, sometimes I check on Sunday to see how the weekly candle closes, but most of the times I don't do that. So I do my top analysis from the daily all the way to the 4-hour, sometimes up to the 1 hour. Why do you require top analysis? Simply to determine the direction of the markets. I combine everything with what I do to give me high probability trades. So we go to the daily as our high time frame. So I'm just going to go to the daily. Now, when I'm going to the daily, what are we looking for? We want to look at the direction of the market on the daily, which is our high time frame. We want to look at the market structure. Let's say, do we have any chart patterns like head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, double bottoms, double tops, triple bottom, triple tops, or any chart pattern that you guys trade like flags or whatever. But me, I trade only those 3. So you want to look for those ones. Do we have any supply and demand zones on the high time frame? You also want to look out for those ones. Now, before you do anything, you must have understood those things. So after looking out for them, then rule number 2 says mark your structures. But before we go to mark your structures, let's just establish what is happening on the high time frame. Now, on the high time frame, you can see this is a bullish market, and US oil was going to the upside. However, you can see that we have a double bottom here, but price retraced, then short to the upside, and then we have a double top that is trying to pull prices downwards. Now that we know we are trying to pull prices downwards, we want to start marking our zones, which is rule number 2 on our rules-based strategy. So we are going to mark our zones. What zones are we marking? Demand and supply, support and resistance. I told you the only reason as to why you go to the high time frame is to get that clear standing point, such that you can look in the future and know where you are likely to buy from. And which are these clear standing points? Those are the demand zones, supply zones, support zones, resistance zones. That is where you stand, and then look ahead, then decide I should buy or I should sell. But all those ones, it is important that you see them on the high time frame. Now let's see what we can observe here. I can immediately see a demand zone with a rally, a base, a rally. So I can see a demand zone. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark that demand zone. Now After marking the demand zone, I told you I always want to have two zones on the chart, one or two zones on the chart, not more than that. Why? The reason is very simple. If I have two zones on the chart, then I do not have to think a lot about any other zones ahead or behind me. Why? Because if price is going to reach those zones, it will first have to go through my zones that I marked. Now, if price is going to reach down here, it will first have to go through this zone here, meaning I don't need to worry about the zones down here until I get there. Okay, now we have marked our zones, so all we need to do now is to trade with confirmations. Now, how do we get the confirmations? Also very simple. Wait for price to come to that zone and then you determine what you're going to do next. Wait for price to reach there such that you can make an informed decision. You trade with confirmations, not with impulse, not with bias. So equivalent of you waiting for price to come to this zone is very simple. And what is that? Being patient and wait for those daily candles to print. Now this is where the problem comes in, because most people do not want to be patient. Most people do not want to wait for price to show them its cards. All we want is to feel like we are in the market. So sitting there and waiting for long has become so difficult in many traders. So what you need to do is just wait for price to come into your zone. You don't need to have a lot of trades, you just need to have a few that are high probability. So I'm just going to play price down to this zone. As I'm playing price down to this zone, the equivalent to your end is waiting for price to get to the zone. That means you sit and wait for daily candles to do what? To open and close. So let me play price forward and we see me playing price to the zone step by step. So I play price back to the zone and you can see that price enters the zone, goes through it, and then comes back, closes within the zone. And that is what I always tell you guys. This is what you want to see, and you want to be patient. If you have studied about rejection candles, indecision candles in my book, then you know what is happening here. So all you need to do is you want to be patient. You don't panic because price has gone through your zone. You don't panic. All you need to do is be patient and see what comes next. Now, you want confirmations in order for you to drop down to the medium time frame and start looking for your entries. And what are the confirmations? You're looking at rejection candles, indecision candles in that zone. Now, we can see a huge rejection candle. This is a very good candle. However, since it is a bearish candle that goes through the zone but closes inside it, I will wait for more confirmation in terms of any bullish candle that I can see happening the next day. So when I play price forward the next day, you can see that we get another rejection candle, but this time a bullish candle. So that one should be more than enough for you to do what? To drop down to the medium time frame and start looking now for confluences that are going to give you confirmations for entries. And now that is rule number 3. Drop down to medium time frame. All this while you're just ticking off. Now after we have gotten this confirmation, we're just going to drop down to our medium time frame like the rules say. So my medium time frame is always the 4-hour time frame. So when I come to the medium time frame, the first thing I want to do is refine the zones such that we don't have big zones for that matter on the medium time frame. That is number 1. 2, I can see that there's a huge rejection candle to the upside, which is a very good sign. Huge rejection candle to the upside, which is a very good sign. Now what do I look for on the medium time frame? I want to see the things that I always tell you. We want to see things like change of characters. We want to see things like break of structure. All the things, you just be patient. Be patient. They are going to come. If price is going to go up, chances are high the things you're going to see them. So I just play price forward. And guys, I told you, mentorship is still on, only $100. You can WhatsApp me on that number. Where is it? It is here. You can WhatsApp me on this number, only this number and only WhatsApp. Anyone telling you otherwise, that is a scammer and I cannot inbox you first. So after that one, you're going to wait for price to give you a change of character, then a break of structure, and then enter. This one did it very, very well, and then enter. So I'm just going to play price forward. You see price drops down and then gives us a change of character here. So I'm just going to mark that change of character such that we can be on the same level. All this way, you just need to be patient, guys. The things are likely going to happen. So just be patient until when something that comes like what you know happens, and then you're good to go. So we get a clear change of character with a jump in the middle here, then price goes up there. So all you need to do now, wait for price to change, to break structure here, and then look for your entries. Simple, clear, and clean. So I just play price forward like that. We consolidate there sometime, then boom, price breaks upside, creating a break of structure. Let me just stretch the thing here so that you can see them clearly. Creates a break of structure. And guys, if you don't know how to organize charts, no one should ever lie to you. You're going to lose trades until when you learn the hard way. You have to learn how to organize your charts such that your charts can be clean and clear. If your charts are not clean and clear, it's going to be hard for you to even identify setups that are happening. You have to make sure your charts are organized, super clean and clear charts, like the way you see mine. No a lot of indicators, no too many supply and demand, support and resistance zones, like no too much drawings. The chart should be as clean and clear as possible. And the things I even teach them in my classes, you need to organize your charts. It all starts with you organizing your charts. If you do not organize your charts, then it is going to always be terrible for you. Okay guys, so I had forgotten, guys, subscribe to the channel. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 5k subscribers, and when we reach 5k, you know it is going down. There's a big discount that always comes whenever we hit such milestones. So you're on the road to 5k subscribers. Subscribe such that you can be part of that discount when it comes. So let me just give you 5 seconds, guys. Subscribe, and also don't forget to like the video and share to your colleagues. The more you like the video, the more the algorithm pushes it to more people, the more I benefit. So make sure you subscribe, and also don't forget to like the video. Okay, I hope you subscribe. So let's go ahead. Now, after getting a break of structure, the only thing you want to do is very simple. Mark the zone that led to the break of structure. Mark it very well. Then wait for price to come to that zone, and then execute your trades. Now, I always tell you, wait, and you guys always don't want to hear wait. You just want to hear buy, sell. So I always tell you, mark your zones that led to the break of structure, and then wait for price to get back to that zone, and then execute your trades. You can set a reminder, an alert. When price gets there, you get a notification, or you can wait, or you can put what do we call it, a buy limit. If price comes there, they just trigger you automatically, and then they take you to your take profit. So for me, I always set a reminder to wait for price to notify me such that I can enter and stack a lot of my positions there. Now let's go forward. So this is our demand zone. So all we need is for price to come back to this zone, and then we execute the trade. So we play price forward, price goes up, it traces, plays around, then comes and taps into the zone with a sniper entry, and that is the only entry that you got. If you did not get this sniper entry, you were going to miss out on that trade, or you missed out on that trade. That is the only entry that we got. And the first take profit, guys, always the previous high is the first TP, and as you can see, we hit our first TP with the previous high. Then price continued to the upside because it broke up there. So currently this is the current price action, and that is where we are. I'm just praying that we continue up to around there. I make some more good money. So now I hope you have learned something about the direction of the market. How do you identify the direction of the market? When you see those break of structures, then wait for the demand zone and then buy from that demand zone, then hold your trades. Just be patient until you take profit. Now what you need to do here is very simple. Practice, practice, practice. I cannot emphasize this more, guys. Practice makes perfect. If you don't practice, the things are not going to stick in your head. If you don't practice, you're not going to be experienced. So do a lot of practice. I told you, you can try this strategy on a demo account. When it finally works out, then you can get a real account and start trading that on a real account. But you guys are so lazy. You just want everything to be done for you. All you want is to sleep, wake up, press buy, sell, sleep, wake up, press buy, sell, sleep, like the same endless routine, which does not help at all. Okay, so I think that is all for today. I hope you've learned something from all that explanation I've made. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. With the moment we hit 5k, I'm giving you a very big discount. You know me, I always do that. I've done it from 1k to now 4k, so even 5k I'm going to give it a very big discount. Then also mentorship is on $100 for those ones who want to learn. Signals are available for only $50 for 1 month, but that one for 1 month is going to go to $60 effective next month. So 1 month effective next month is going to be $60, so take advantage of that while you're still around. Then also 3 months is for $100. People want to subscribe for signals for 3 months is $400. WhatsApp me on that number and then go straight to the point, because I always have a lot of people that I'm dealing with that I have to reply. Instagram, I have to Telegram and YouTube and WhatsApp. So if you text me and you want mentorship or signals, just go straight to the point. Okay guys, so I think that is all. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. We shall meet in the next one. Bye.